Welcome back into Twin Cities Live. So back to school season is busy as it is with new routines, you have schedules, you have after school activities as well. There's so many details to organize.
And you know, if you're going through a divorce, those decisions can be even more complicated, right? So here with advice, we have Jodi Terzich and Shannon Ort. I almost did like an Angelina Brangelina thing with these two. From the law offices of Terzich and Ort. Welcome. Speaking of long divorces, that would be those two. Yeah. 8 years later, it's still going on. Oh my gosh. Hopefully that isn't happening with your clients. It's really nice to have you guys here. This is a busy time of year just in anything. There's a lot of negotiation in households, and I think if you're split into two, it can make things even more difficult. So how do you figure out where the kids are going to go to school, first of all, and are they ready to go to school? Like, how are you doing that in a co-parenting situation?
It's certainly a conversation that you're going to have as the divorce is starting.
Right.
If the parents are separating, usually we have children who are in school, right, and we're going to maintain that school. And if they're going to change schools, we have to have an agreement or negotiate it. Ultimately, if they can't decide, the court's going to decide. But no one wants that, right? Parents need to be able to make the decisions for their children, the best interest of their children. And so hopefully they can come to an agreement for the children that makes sense. And if that's just temporary for this year or that's long-term, ultimately kids are going to do better if we have long-term, stability for them.
Do the courts prioritize kids staying in their same school? Like if they have to make, because the court has certain things that they're like, this is, this is what we feel is in a child's best interest. Does the court, if you can't figure it out, are they going to say, well, this would be ideal?
Not always, right?
Yeah.
So I think typically when people are initiating a case, right, everything is brand new. We try to make sure we're maintaining as much stability for children as possible, right? We're not going to uproot everything in the world all at once.
Right.
But that's not to say, sometimes that's just not feasible, right? Their house is being sold. Parents need to be relocating, selling houses. And so we have to look at what makes sense. How close in proximity are they living from one another? We can't have them living 3 hours apart and having kids try to take a bus to one parent's house, right? That just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So some practical common sense.
Okay, so then does that same theory apply to like all the extracurricular activities and all the things that the kids were doing in the past before the divorce and then after the divorce? Like, how do you figure that out? How do you navigate what the kids are going to do? Either they're staying put in the same school district or they have to move.
If again, older children who've been involved in activities, most likely the parents are going to want them to continue in those activities, and there might be some negotiation around where the dollars are to make that happen.
Right.
That's always a key. And you want to look at what activities, how many activities are they involved in? Sometimes that has been a sore spot for parents leading up to the divorce.
Right.
In too many activities. So there's lots of conversations that have to be had over all of those different pieces of those activities. Transportation, cost, the whole thing.
Okay, if a parent has less custody, like say it's like a 60-40 operation or a 70-30 or whatever, does the person with more custody get a priority and like a bigger say in what's going on because they're the ones that are handling a larger chunk of the time, or is that not how it goes?
Great question. So custody and parenting time are two separate things,
okay.
right? So you can have joint custody and you have equal decision-making rights then, and you can have a parenting schedule that is not equal, right? So the decision-making rights and the actual schedule are very separate things. So typically, we allow parents to have joint decision-making rights, legal custody, what school, what pediatrician, what religion. So those are kind of the three major pillars of decision-making: medical, education, and religion. And we want parents to jointly be involved in those kind of decisions and selecting pediatricians and vaccination schedules and schools and those kind of really important things so that you have parents that are on the same page and making good decisions for their kids.
Okay.
So then how does payment work? Because if you talk about the custody of like 60-40, 70-30, let's just say in this situation, you have one true breadwinner of the family and it's 100% financially they're supporting even through the divorce. Then how are those decisions made and who has to pay for some of those things, whether it's the school lunches, whether it's the activities, the club sports, it gets very expensive.
Certainly, there's child support, there's spousal maintenance. If a child is in your care, it's your responsibility to feed that child if they're in school or if they're sitting at your table. So you're somewhat sharing that school lunch fee between the two of you, because on my days, I make sure that there's school lunch, so I'm packing a lunch or I've put money in the account, and vice versa. So there is a lot of communication that needs to happen. And again, it's not necessarily this 70-30, because if I've got 30% of the time and you've got 70, you're going to enroll that kid in football, but he's going to play football on my time,
Yeah.
right? Like
Right.
we have to be talking about that.
Do parents, when they're going through a divorce, I mean, a lot of people, like if they're done with their ex, they want to just be done with that person. And then are they hit with this moment where they're like, I'm going to have to deal with this guy for a long time? And I think that can probably be challenging to realize.
That's really challenging, and I think good family law attorneys prepare their clients from the second they meet them.
Okay.
That this isn't like suing Best Buy, right? This isn't
Yeah.
like suing a corporation, a nameless, faceless kind of corporation. You're going to go and you're going to leave my office and you're going to go to school conferences, and then you're going to go to the hockey game, and then hopefully you're at graduation, right? Like this is a long-term relationship. It's going to look different. It's going to feel different, hopefully, right, than it did being married. But trying to make sure we find and help parents figure out a new way to co-parent and to engage with one another. An HR kind of relationship, right? We need to have better communication than we did when we were married,
Right.
because we have two separate places and we have kids that need to be moving and getting to activities and birthday parties and living their normal kid lives.
Well,
Yeah,
and
that's
hopefully,
got to be really difficult.
if you can think about those kids like looking at you from the rink, and if they're going to look, they always are going to look for their mom and dad. And
Yeah.
if they see you two fighting each other, it's going to make it harder for them to do what they love. And if they see you two both focused on them and cheering for them, it's going to make them able to succeed.
yeah.
Like that focus on the kids has got to be there.
So real quickly then, when does the support sort of end? Where does the advice professionally from you guys or even from the court system end? Because I'm sure there's a lot of finagling going on within the first 6 months to a year, but then if these kids are 10 years old and you have to make these decisions for another 8 years, like where does the advice stop? Or does it ever stop?
Well, you're going to always be paying for those kids. I want you to know that, right?
Well, you know what I'm saying? That like
Yeah.
for like professionals like you helping people through it, and where the courts kind of like say, nope, you guys have to handle this. It's
Child support is payable until a child is 18 and graduates from high school. You could have a 19-year-old who hasn't graduated. You're still paying child support. You're negotiating as part of the divorce how long you're going to be paying things like medical bills or extracurricular activities. But generally, you can generally think that if you've graduated from high school,
Yeah.
that's when your obligation ends.
This is why you guys are so helpful, having an attorney to help. Thank
I
you
know.
so much.
Yeah.
Great
Thanks
to
so
see
much.
you. Sorry, I almost called you Brangelina.
it was a good way to kind of weave all that
I'm on
pop
a pumpkin
culture
spice
in.
high, and I'm still coming down
Yeah.
from it.
All right, if you guys need advice about divorce, Jodi and Shannon are here to help. We have their number. You see it right there up on your screen. We also posted it on TwinCitiesLive.com.
Okay, it's Twin Cities Live in Your Town week. This week, it's all about the city of Champlin. Reporter Kristen Haubrick is taking us to a charming boutique.